we're going to move down toward the floor. Let's take hands up over the head. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plank. From plank, lower the knees, take your whole body to the floor. If you have a book or a block, take it and hold it in front of you. From here, we're going to lift the block and the toes and the arms and the legs up off the floor. So exhale deeply. Inhale here. On the next exhale, we're lifting all of the limbs up off the floor, reaching hands out, legs out. Hold the block in front of you, hold something between your hands. If you can, touch your big toes together. And exhale, come back down. One more of those. Inhale. On the exhale, lift all your limbs up off the floor. 2 breaths here. Big inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, hands and legs come back down. Take one cheek to the floor and rest for a moment. Take your hands by your rib cage, squeeze the elbows on the back, press up to all fours. We're going to do one of my favorite stretches now. This is a stretch that opens the back of the neck. It opens the area in between the scapula and allows you to really get a nice stretch on your upper back. This is an especially good stretch if you're feeling a little bit stressed out. So, it's a little confusing to set up. You take your left hand onto the floor in front of you. Actually, come up to all fours to start to do it. The right hand is going to thread behind your left arm and reach all the way through until you actually put your shoulder right down on the floor. And from here, you can just press a little bit into that shoulder.
Wait, Mom, is hand palm up?
The hand is palm up, yeah. Thank you. And then from there, you should get a little bit of a stretch in the upper back and neck area. If you want a little bit more, you can actually put your knee right on top of your elbow.
That's true though.
As long as the knee is on the... And then from here, come back out. Sit back into hero. Take a breath. Other side, so placing the right hand on the floor, come to all fours or all threes. The left hand weaves through. Place the shoulder, the left shoulder on the floor, and you can actually just move into a little bit of a stretch here. If you want, you can put your knee on top of your forearm.
I don't think there's stretch yet.
And get a little bit of a stretch through the neck, through the scapula, through the upper back. And slowly let's come back up out of this. Back to hero pose. Take the arms wide. Scoop right arm under left and bend your elbows. See if you can wind your forearms up like a snake. So you're trying, the goal is to try to bring your hands together. Sit up nice and straight here. Let the elbows come down close to your chest. And then there's a couple of things that have to happen. The first one is the elbows lift to 90 degrees. Second one, if the hands come off the forehead. Third one is the shoulders go down. So the shoulders will want to shrug up to let the shoulders sink down. So elbows up, hands away from the head, shoulders sink down. This is a trapezius stretch. Big breath here.
Those feel nice.
Does feel kind of nice, doesn't it? This is a good one if you've been in front of the computer for a long time, or if you're gaming a lot, this is a really good one. It allows those trapezius muscles to rest and relax. It allows the neck neck to relax. From here, let's unwind the arms. Take the elbows back. Squeeze the elbows together and bring the hands back down by your sides. Roll the shoulders. And taking the other side. So reach your hands out in front. This time cross the left arm under the right. And then bend both elbows up and see if you can wind your hands around, sort of like a snake. From here, let the elbows sink down, let the shoulders sink down. So before you do anything, relax. Then the next step is to start to lift the elbows up. The next step is to draw the hands away from the head. And then the next step is to release the shoulders back down. So the goal is to try to make a 90-degree angle with the elbows. Take some breaths here. Those trapezius muscles probably need to open.
I don't feel it yet.
Lift your elbows. Pull your hands away from your head. No, your hands away. There you go. Let's sit up straight. Lift your chest. There you go. There you go. There. Lift your elbows. There you go. Pull your hands away from you. There you go. And let's release that back down. So that is a way to really open the muscles on the back of the neck. Let's actually do a little self-massage today. So fingertips are going to come right on either side of your cervical spine. So just, we're going to go from C7, which is the sticky outy vertebrae at the bottom of your neck. Draw your fingertips away from the spine, over the muscles of the trapezius muscles, and press down and into your neck. And if you let your fingers just slide down toward the clavicle or the collarbone, you'll get a little bit of relief through those trapezius muscles, and then just repeat that. So you're just drawing the fingers over the trapezoids and breathing. And then tips of your fingers, and it's going to be like kind of like you're playing the piano up your neck. So play the piano all the way up to the base of the skull, and then all the way back down to the bottom of your neck, like you're playing a mini piano on your neck. And really press the fingertips into your shoulders. Take a big deep breath here. And release. Now, just as a side note, these muscles of your neck will only release if your spine is straight. So if you're curving over like this, because your trapezius muscles then have to support the weight of your head forward, they can't relax. But if you sit up nice and tall, lengthen through the top of the head, those trapezius muscles then have a chance to release. All right, let's roll those shoulders back again.
I'm sitting like this, my feet start to hurt.
Okay, so that's probably common for most people. Dante said his feet are starting to hurt, so let's come sitting onto the floor. If you have a block or a book, we're going to put that one under your bum right now. We're going to take a couple of gentle forward folds. So we're going to start just with the knees bent here. This is going to be all about releasing and relaxing the muscles of the neck and the back. So from here, I want you to see if you can just reach in, grab the arches of the feet, and allow your head to hang forward. Maybe place your forehead on your knees, and round the upper back, and see if you can get a bit of a stretch here. Taking some deep breaths. Okay, from here, bend one knee up one knee straight. So for today, let's bend the right knee, have the left leg straight. We're gonna do bow and arrow pose today. So see if you can lift the foot up. And then notice that you may be able to pull that patella, that kneecap, past your armpit behind you. So it's almost like you're pulling a bow back.
It always goes to the side when I do that.
Yeah, it'll go to the side, it'll go to the outside of your armpit a little bit, and that's okay. Okay, it feels impossible at first. It does really feel impossible. And if the knee goes out to the side a little bit here, not a big deal. Yeah? Just want to get used to this action. And then reach, imagine you're reaching for that other toe with the other hand. Okay? That's the essence of bow and arrow pose. Let's try that on the other side. So lift, left knee bends, scoop your hand under your left foot, lift the foot up, draw the knee back. Just get a sense of drawing that arrow back, or the bow, draw the bow back. And then reach for the toe of the other foot. So I'm gonna reach, I'm gonna hold on to my left foot, but I'm reaching for my right foot with my right hand. Okay, and put that one down. So that's the prep for bow and arrow pose. Now, to do actual bow and arrow pose, we use what's called yogi grip. So take your two fingers like this, put your two fingers in front of you, hook your fingers around your big toe joint, and then push your big toe into your fingers. That's yogi grip. It's called yogi grip. So now we're going to use yogi grip to pull that knee back. Okay? Good. Now, here comes the challenging part. It's the part I have a lot of trouble with. See if you can hold yogi grip on the other leg as you lift this leg back. And that's actual bow and arrow pose.
I can't.
Now, that might not be possible today. You might be saving that for your 60s like I am, and that's okay.
What do you mean?
Well, sometimes if I can't do a pose, I say I'm saving it for my 60s.
What way?
Because in my 60s, I'll have time to work on it, maybe. I don't know.
It's
Let's try on the other side. So you're going to hold yogi grip, left foot. See if you can maintain yogi grip on the other foot. Draw that foot back. At first, it feels impossible. And then it feels only semi-impossible. And then eventually, it'll feel possible. And reach that foot back. Sitting up nice and tall, take the hands over the head. We're going to take a moving forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Reaching forward, take the chin forward, release the spine, hands to the floor. We're keeping moving through this pose. We're not going to stop. Come back, sit up nice and tall, and find yourself in Dandasana or seated